All right, guys, welcome to another live stream. Welcome to another live stream. Happy Saturday. So it looks like there's a big crypto bear trap, in my opinion. If we look at the prices, Bitcoin has been falling, and not, and I think because there was like some USDT FUD where, and this usually happens almost like once a year for crypto, where like one of the biggest stable coins typically has some FUD behind it, like USDC, USDT. Those are typically the two. USDC is pretty reputable, so it's usually not with that, but it's typically with USDT, DAI. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with DAI, the stable coin, but yeah, right now prices are suffering. But in my opinion, it's just a crypto bull trap. Bear trap. I think the market whales and things like that, manipulators are just manipulating the market prior to the parabolic run that we're going to see, in my opinion, that we're going to see before the end of the year. And yeah, let me do a quick mic check before I continue. Let me do a quick mic check. Give me just a second. Let me do a quick mic check. Oops. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Give me just a second. All right, so it looks like my mic is working. Yeah, so I think that this is a crypto bear trap, meaning they're just trying to shake out the weak hands. They're trying to shake out people prior to the parabolic run because they don't want people making 10 to 20x. The less people in the market when we go parabolic, that is just going to send the market higher, right? And people are greedy for gains, especially during our crypto bull runs. People want 20, 30, 40x. So, the less people in the pot, the more that Wall Street or the whales end up getting at the end. And again, they know the market. Once you've been in 2-3 cycles, you know the market. People are trading in and out of cryptos. They're not they don't do their research. They don't have conviction in what they're invested in, so they know it's easy to shake those type of people out. So it's just my opinion. This is a bear trap, and I think we still see 100K BTC by the end of the year. Now let me just share my screen so we can look at some charts. Let me share my screen. Give me just a sec. All right. So let's take a look at BTC. Let's take a look at what it's doing. If we look at the overall percentages in the last 24 hours, it's down 2.88%, and then over a 7-day period, it's down another 2.26%. So today's down. When I looked at it in the morning, you got to remember too. Some people might look at my channel and be like, why does this guy talk about crypto? It says financial nutrition. The reason why I talk about crypto, one, a lot, because I don't think it's a upcoming asset, right? It's already in the $1 trillion marketplace. I think this space is going to be either just as popular or more popular than the stock market, right? I think it's just so early on that there's so much gains. And the fact that BTC has in its code that it's going to cut its supply every 4 years, I just think that we are, we still have like probably a few more cycles of this cut of supply and then a parabolic run. And I don't think in any time in history you were able to look at an asset and know when it was going to go parabolic. Typically, you need to know, like if it was for stocks, you probably need some like type of insider alpha information, some type of newsletter where you're paying thousands of dollars for, so you can get access to that inside information, or two, you did a lot of research, right? hours and hours of research, hundreds of hours of research. So you give yourself the best probability to get into a stock that did a 2 to 3x. But when it comes to crypto, I don't think there's ever been a time where you could predict almost 100% certain when an asset's going to go up. Every 4 years for the last, since 2010, every time Bitcoin had a halving, it goes up. It goes up in price, and it brings the rest of the market up, right? Because it's the number one cryptocurrency. So it brings everything up. What's the saying? The saying is, uh, what is that saying? A rising tide. I'm trying to think of the saying. Give me a second. It's oh, rising tide lifts all boats. That's what the saying is, and it's true. Once Bitcoin goes up, like when we first passed 20,000, that was like kind of my first bull run when Bitcoin went from like 1,000 to 20,000 within that year that it did its halving, which is like around that 2017 mark, and then 2020 or 2016 to 2017, and then 2020 to 2021, when we went from our previous all-time high of 20,000, and it actually was a lot lower. It was probably around like 13,000, all the way to like 70,000. And then now, we're going to most likely repeat the same thing. Now, obviously, we can't say that until it actually happens, but most people are gearing up for this parabolic run. And I think by the end of the year we're going to see again 100K BTC. So again, what I was just saying, because I went off on a tangent, but there's never been a time in history where you can plan it. So I'm already planning for 2028 bull run, right? Like I'm already planning for that. I didn't do so. I would say this bull run would probably be the one that I understood the most, that I'm probably most prepared for, have been most prepared for since the last two, right? The 2017 and the 2020. But this 2024 to going into 2025, I feel like, I'm the most prepared opposed to the last two I've been in. Now, I'm very excited for the 2028 to 2029 bull run, because I feel like, well, I can't confirm yet, but most likely I'll have a lot more capital to play with going into that 2028 to 2029 bull run. It's just, for me, that's where I'll probably make a lot of, probably make the most money during that bull run, because at that point I'll have 3 crypto bull runs behind my, under my belt. And then I can, use all that experience to take advantage of the next hurdle, which was what I'm planning to do. So that's why I'm so excited about the next one. I'm excited about this one because I think AI is going to be very big and deep in, though. That's kind of the sector I'm focused on. So I'm curious to see how that ends up, going forward, 1, and then 2, how it's going to end up this actual bull run. So very exciting, very interested to see how that pans out for that specific narrative. Okay, and then also, but yeah. So and again, the fact that we're able to predict this, I wish a lot of people would wake up more to this fact that this is predictable. So if you know that, after this bull run, you can focus on preparing for the next bull run. The problem is, and I think because it was Satoshi when he made BTC, and he made it to where it's every 4 years, even though it's predictable, this is a 4-year cycle, you got to think within those 4 years, people lose, the attention span of people is very low, right? Like people have the attention span of a gnat, and they don't really pay attention to trends and things like that when it comes to finances. And finances are one of those things where people don't really pay attention to until they need to pay attention to it, until they're like broke or they're in credit card debt, and then they're looking for ways to make money. But I think once you get to a point where you're thinking 4 or 5 years out, I think that's when you start to you're not thinking about now like, oh, like this trade now. I think that's when you start making most of your wealth. So yeah, so I say all that to say crypto. The reason why I talk about crypto, and I didn't want to make a crypto channel, and I'm not going to make a crypto specific channel, but when I talk about assets, most of the time I'm talking about cryptocurrency because for me, that's the most bang for your buck. Now, obviously, you could do well with stocks, specifically like the AI sector and things like that, and the semiconductor sector. So I think you could do well with those. You could do well with stocks in general, like any type of industry. But I think if you're looking for a space that's up and coming and you're able to get a 5 to 10x, I think you need to be looking at the crypto space, right? Because most people want to make their money within 3 to 5 years, right? Obviously, most people make it within 10 to 20 years, but if you want to make the most money within 3 to 5 years, like if you're trying to 10x your money, I think the crypto space is the best place to do it. And now, obviously, you got to do your own research. You got to make sure you know what you're getting into because it's not just going to be like, oh, you're just going to make a 10x. Now, I think for like something like for Solana, I think this bull run, you'll probably get a 5 to 10x from here. But again, it's all about conviction. When you are investing, it's all about conviction because you can have the capital to invest, but I know a lot of people with the capital, but they're just to pull the trigger and put a substantial amount in takes a lot, right? You got to go to the bank, you got to take out money, and then you're thinking about all the time it took to stack up that 20-30K. So you're like, oh well, I don't feel too comfortable on this investment, so I'm only going to put $3,000 to $4,000 in, and then even if you 5x, it's good if you 5x at 3 to 4,000, but then you have 20,000. That's very good, but is it life changing, right? Now, if you 10x to 20,000, and then now you have 200,000, that is a big difference. That's going to make a dent in your financial journey. Oh, it looks like my battery is up. Give me a second. Let me just find my battery. Get my charger. Yeah, so yeah, if you 10x 20,000, now you have 200,000. It's a different ball game, right? It's a different ball game when you have 6 figures in your bank account. Now you can it opens the opportunity on what you can invest in, and then also the length of time that you need that you could like. Okay, so the length of time that you stay in an investment doesn't have to be that long once you have a lot more capital. That's why you see a lot of people like these millions of dollars, they get a half to 1%, but they're all in half to 1% on their investment. And, that's 50 to 60,000. When you have that much capital and you're going all in, and not saying you need to go all in on certain investments, but it's a lot easier when you have more capital to invest with to make those gains and not be in an asset that longer. Because if it's a blue chip asset, okay, the longer you're in a stock, the more likely you're to make more money if it's a quality asset. But then also, if you're able to just get that quick percentage gain and get out, then you kind of minimize the risk. Now, that would be time of the market, but I was just giving an example, right? People that do these little short trades and things like that, they typically go in with a lot of capital and they make their little percentage and they get out, right? They don't need to expose themselves to the downside of the stock for too long because they already got a quick hit. But yeah, so let's take a look. So BTC again went on a tangent. And the reason why I didn't create a solely crypto channel, like when I was creating my YouTube channel, I said, okay, I don't want to just box myself into crypto. Now, there's a lot to talk about for crypto, but I want it to be more broad. Now, I would definitely agree as far as growth, it has hindered because if I would have just been crypto and talked about cryptocurrency, then probably would be over 1,000 for sure. Because there's just so many people, so many scammers in the space. As far as not scammer, just like people that comment. Like when I do a crypto live stream, like there's every now and then I get, or actually no, anytime I talk about crypto, I would say 70 to 80% of the time, I get people like leaving comments like, "Oh, try this program, you'll make this much money." So the crypto space is just full with scams. Now that it's not all scams, because people will get confused with that. Oh, crypto's a scam and stuff like that. But yeah, I've noticed that when I put out crypto videos, you have people commenting all these scammy things. And again, I just didn't want to be a solely crypto channel. I wanted to talk about all things finance, because if I grow the channel, I don't want to be boxed in. Now, obviously, I could have expanded out, but the thing is, to change your name so late in the game, it's just not good for a crypto channel. So I just made the decision to go broad as far as the title of the YouTube channel. Okay, so let's look at this chart. Let's look at the 7 days. Let's look at what's going on. All right, so I mean, we've had a harsh crash. A lot of people thought when we were hitting the 68, 69 zone that we were going to break the 70K, break that all-time high. And if you look at the chart, past price action right around the end of October is when we spiked up. Now, October is not over. So are we going to spike up and break 70K? Can very well happen in the last few days of October. So I'm not putting it behind us. But again, I really think this is just a crypto bear trap, and they're trying to get us, to empty, to sell your holdings. All right. So BTC is crashing, or it's kind of like holding right now. It went down a little bit. I don't really consider it crashing. I mean, from 69 to 66 is not a big deal. I mean, I've withstood this whole crash right here. And this is what I won't do. This is what I won't do this crypto bull run. I would not be holding for the crash, right? So you definitely need to have realistic goals when it comes to crypto. And, I think that's where some people are going to lose a lot of money. You're going to lose a lot of money if you think you're going to hold this thing towards the end. Because what I see a lot of people saying on YouTube is that this cycle is going to be different because there's institutional investors in the space, and that this crypto winter that's coming up after, let's just say 2025, it's not going to be the same. And maybe that's true in the sense that maybe we don't get that 70 to 80% drawdown after this bear market. Maybe it's a 40 to 50%. So let's just say BTC goes to like 140 or 150 this bull run, right? Let's say that happens. Maybe it just comes down to 80 or 90K, right? 80, 90, that 100K range. But I still think we're going to get that crash, because it's still it's not a mature market yet. So we're going to maybe get to 8 to 10 trillion total market cap. So if we go to the total market cap of the whole crypto market itself, look at the top. The top says 2.26 trillion. In my opinion, at the end of this bull run, we can get to around 8 to 9 trillion, right? Now, how far is that pullback once we go into crypto winter at the end of 2025, maybe we come back to this. Maybe we come back to like 3.5, 4 trillion, which will put BTC around that 75 to 90K mark. So I think, I think because we have institutional investors, ETFs that have to buy physical BTC, I do think the price will hold up a lot better this upcoming crypto winter. But I still think there's going to be an opportunity because you got to remember, even though we do have institutional money coming into the space, we're still going to get those BTC halvings, right? Every 4 years in 2008 or 2028, 2029, we're going to get another halving. So BTC, for me, honestly, it's just going to make it more volatile, right? Because if we have institutional money coming in and now we're cutting the supply again, I think we're still going to get volatility. That's why I'm so excited, not only for this crypto bull run, but for the crypto bull run in 2028, 2029. So make sure you guys prepare yourself for that. But yeah, if I look at, so other than Bitcoin, Ethereum looks like it's down a little bit. Everything's down. I mean, if we look at the whole market, it's down around, 2 to 5% across the board. I mean, if you look at the total, maybe like 2 to 10%. Yeah, depending on what asset you're looking at. But I think it's just a crypto bear trap. I think we are soon to do our parabolic move, whether that, and again, elections is November 5th. So remember, election time is always a time where after that, the market has a little more certainty, right? We've chosen the president. Everybody's either happy or unhappy, but we know what the market's doing. And then also we have the interest rate cuts, right? So we have interest rate cuts again coming in November. We just did a 50 basis point interest rate cut in October. We'll do one in December. And then obviously we're going to have a few in going into the new year. So very exciting. Don't let this crypto crash fool you. We are going higher, in my opinion, not financial advice, but we're going higher. And yeah, I think this is just some volatility, just some just some market manipulators, some whales manipulating this space, right? So from my opinion, if you do have a crypto position, don't sell anything, hold it to the new year and see what prices do. I would say at least hold your crypto holdings until BTC hits 100K, because I think we'll at least do that this cycle. But my opinion will probably be right around that 130 to 150 range. A lot of people are calling for 200 to 250K. That could well possibly be an option or a possibility, but who knows? How are the lights? So I got lights here to lighten up the thing. It's working because, okay, so hold on. Let me turn off the light. So you see that? And then it's a little bit, so it's working, but I think it works better at night. I think during the day, because like my light in the back, it's like all shadow here. Because I guess the lighting, the way that my windows are placed, the light doesn't hit me, or the light is coming from the front, not the back. So I bought those lights. It works a little bit. It's better than what it was before, so yeah. All right, so that's pretty much it. I just wanted to say this was a crypto bear trap. I think it's just normal volatility. Really, BTC just went down from 69 to 66. Really not that big of a drop for BTC. I mean, we've seen worse drops from 69 to 60, to even lower that to like 49, 50K. So this is just something that the market does, right? It's just healthy for the market. So yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I don't post on TikTok and Instagram right now. I kind of stopped that right now. I think I have a total of 62 to 65 posts on there. So if you want to go follow me on there, I will be I'm not going to promise that I will be posting there, but in the future I will. I'm just trying to come up with a video scheme in which I could be consistent, and then two, it's engaging, right? I was cutting pieces of my live stream, and I don't think the way I do my live streams, I don't think I could cut them up and just put them out, right? I think my live streams, you need to actually see me like watch a good portion of the video to understand what it's talking about. I mean, I was cutting it up. Some videos make sense, but overall, I didn't think that was working. So I got to come out with a new way to actually do these shorts. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.